Today I'm using two simple stencils and getting completely different looks. One soft and layered and one bold and eye-catching. If you've got stencils in your stash, you're going to love this. I'm using products from Missing Stamps today. We are going to use the free with purchase 6x6 stencil for March 2026, which is called Watercolor Blobs, on one of our cards. And then we're going to use the 4x4 Thank You stencil that is called Clover this month. And we are going to be making two cards, one soft, like I said, and one with a bold background. So we're going to get started on our cards. This is the Watercolor Blob. We're going to move that way. This is our little Clover 4x4 stencil. I'm going to use that one first because we're going to do a little embossing paste on our ink blended background. There's a look at our card that we're going to be making. For card number one, I'm going to go ahead and pop our panel onto a sticky mat. I'm going to go ahead and mask off the little bitty clovers on the 4x4 stencils. And y'all know me, I love a good small set. Stencil, stamp set, whatever, I love it. You can get so many looks out of a small set. So I'm going to go ahead and mask off the edges of my card panel. And we are going to go ahead and pop on some ink blending. We're going to start off using Glitz from Catherine Pooler ink. And I'm starting that in the center because we're using a red, yellow, and a blue. We're using Glitz, Samba, and Suede Shoes as my ink colors. So I'm going to go ahead and ink blend that center panel first because I want to create a bold rainbow background. And I thought this would be perfect for March birthdays because it's, St. Patrick's Day is in March. Why not to use those clovers a little bit more than what we get to? So we'll go ahead and ink blend our Samba, which is our red ink, down into our yellow, which is going to create an orange because, red and yellow make orange, blue and yellow make what? It makes green. That's right. Y'all did great. So we're going to go ahead and ink blend up with our Suede Shoes into our yellow, our Glitz, and we are going to create that transitional area. I am going to add a little bit of ink blending in between those to soften the edge and the blend. So we're going to do that. Here we go with softening those blends together. And now I'm going to come in and add my Clover stencil, the Thank You stencil for March 2026. And by the way, you get everyone that places an order at Missing Stamps gets the Thank You stencil. The free purchase stencil is with a minimum of $50 purchase before shipping, taxes, and any discounts. And you get that. You can get both actually. So there's a super value in that. So we are going to go ahead and ink blend over our blue area. And I'm just using our same Glitz ink to create a green. And I did not clean that brush and got blue up on that. So I got a purple up at the top. So it's okay. Now I'm going to replace my stencil. And I'm going to pull in that glitter paste for our bold card. Because, we got to have some shine. And so we're just going to use some Hero glitter paste. I'm going to take and just run that right across our stencil and get a nice smooth application. I try to only go like in one direction and keep it nice and smooth. That way I can not have lumps and bumps. So we're going to go ahead and peel that off. I've got a pan of water beside me and we will just add that into there. I'm going to peel off our masking and I'm going to set this to the side to dry, and we are going to work on card number 2 technically. All right, so I'm going to slide that other side. I'm going to get to the free with purchase stencils. This is the card we're going to be working on. It's a soft floral watercolory background. I'm using the Wildflower Stamp Set and the Coordinating Dies to create our focal, to draw into our focal area. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our panel and just a piece of smooth white cardstock, and I'm going to layer on our watercolor blob free with purchase stencil. And there are etched lines around it, so you know how to line it right up onto your card base. And I'm going to use Pixie Dust ink from Catherine Pooler on the bottom right. And we are going to use, I believe It's a Girl up on the top. Yes, it's a girl. Up on the top right, top left. I don't know my left from my right. So we are going to go ahead and ink blend that down. And first I was going to leave it plain in the center with just white, but I decided that wasn't too watercolorish looking. So we're going to add actually some more ink to give it a more watercolor transition, like it is a actual watercolor wash. So we're going to come back in with a second layer of application of ink and work our way towards the center and let those two colors blend together completely. So I'm going to work my transition right there, and then I'm going to create a cluster. I decided it needed a little bit more because, you know, a little is great, but why not have more? So we are going to make a little cluster of our small images from the Wildflower Stamp Set, which is part of Miss Ink Stamp's Alice collection. So I'm just working those around. I'm going to pick them up with a block, and I'm just getting my little cluster arranged to where I wanted it. I'm going to start off with our pink ink, and I'm going to stamp it in pink in the pinkier areas, letting them transition over into the purple a little bit. But I'm going to also stamp some in the purple ink blended area to create my focal panel. And what I wanted to do is create this where it gives you the look of, there's stuff in the background. There's atmospheric things going on into our little floral scene. So I've already stamped and colored out my 2 floral images from the Wildflower Stamp Set. I'm going to take and cut these out with a coordinating die. So I have pulled up my scout machine, and I'm going to grab the dies, and we're going to line those up and tape them into place. So I'm going to take a little bit of Easy C tape, and I will tape those into place nice and secure. If you have washi tape, use that, girl. You do you, boo-boo. So we're going to line our second image up and our second die onto our image up. And we will go ahead and get that all lined up perfectly, because Lord knows I can't line a die up sometimes. I'm going to take and pop that into my scout, and I'm going to cut each of our floral arrangements out. I do have all the supplies listed over on the blog post. If you want to know what markers were used for the coloring, those are listed over on the blog, which is linked in the video description below. So we will go ahead and move the scout out of the way, and I'm going to start building up our focal images. Well, our focal images are built up. We're going to stamp our sentiment. But before we do that, we are going to take and line up our florals that are going to create our floral frame for our focal image. And we are going to figure out the placement of our sentiment. So I am figuring out my little placement here. I'm trying to decide if I want it here, if I want it there. So I'm going to end up just kind of getting that to where I want it to be. And I'm going to take and add on our little sentiment, and we are going to pop it up with a Misty Door, and I'm going to stamp that down using VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink right there. And because what I figured out was I could actually take and move the panel around. But before we go on, we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment for our birthday card. We're using our Clover set stencil. So I'm going to use the Everyday Sentiment Stamp Set. Y'all know I love a good sentiment set. So we're going to pop on for our little birthday. This is just a scrap piece of cardstock where we have cut out our focal images. And we're going to stamp that down. We will trim that out in just a little bit to a little banner. We're going to move it to the side to dry. And we are going to add foam tape behind one of our set of florals. I'm just going to add some little foam, a big piece of foam tape, and some little pieces in the back. And I've actually cut very tiny slivers of that top, and I will take and arrange that. And I'm going to peel those backings off, and I had the worst time trying to get that one little piece right there to stay because it was so thin. We're going to pop that onto the left-hand side of our card front to help frame that sentiment. I'm going to end up cutting this off, and y'all know I'm not going to let those florals go to waste. They're going to go on the inside of our card. So for this side, we're just going to attach that straight down onto our focal panel. All right, so we're going to add liquid glue behind our little floral on this side. And we're going to pop that straight onto our card front. And I will end up trimming these down. So they're going to go on the inside of our card. So I'm pulling in my guillotine trimmer, and I'm going to trim off the excess overhanging. I figured that was easier than trying to use my scissors and cut it apart. It was much easier to just pop this in and get this nice and straight and lined up. And I can take and add this to my two A2 card bases. We're going to do a top folding A2 cards. So I've got some ultra thick Neenah Solar White cardstock. I'm going to score those at 5.5. So I've got my card base. I'll go ahead and increase that and move on to our next one. We'll go ahead and score that at the same time. That way we have all of our card bases done for both cards, and we don't have to come back and do it again. So we'll go ahead and fold that and score it. And I will go ahead and add in my little floral pieces for the inside of the card for card number 2. So So we're going to put one of those little pieces of florals on the right hand side of the inside and one on the left inside panel. So none of that pretty coloring and floral images go to waste. So we have a nice pretty floral card that we will be able to send to somebody that we really like. All right, my friends, I am so sorry for if I am sniffling because the pollen is real today. There is a high pollen count and my sinuses are going crazy. So back to the card for a second. We're going to go ahead and pop on our card front. I'm adding liquid glue and I cut it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 so that I could just pop it onto our card base and just have it ready to go. Super easy, super quick. We're going to add a few highlights to our florals. And I did mention this in another video of missing stamps. I had the stamp set for over a year and I never realized that the florals had faces until I was working on this card. And I always thought they were just part of the inside piece of the florals. I didn't realize. I knew it was from the Alice collection. Didn't dawn on me they had faces until, like I said, I was working on the card. Now we're going to add a little shimmer to our florals. And I just added them to the flowers. I didn't add them to the leaves or anything. I just kept it super clean, super simple, with just a little bit of shimmer up onto our little flowers. And we are going to add this over to that side. And we will move this out of the way and start working on card number 1 again, because our glitter paste is now dry. There's a look at card number 2. And we will transition to card number 1. So back to this card right here, we are going to go ahead and trim down the panel. I decided that it needed to come down a little bit and it would be much easier to try to do it this way than try to pop up the entire thing. So I'm just going to cut my strip off and make it nice and clean. And I'm going to add on this onto my card base using a little bit thicker foam tape than we used on the first card. So I'm going to add 2 strips of foam tape to our card front. I'm going to add one over on the right, one on the letter. And I chose the thicker foam tape because I knew I didn't have to use that much. I could put 2 strips on it and be perfectly great. So we're going to go ahead and cut that off. And we will peel that backing off and add liquid glue behind and attach this to our card front. All right, so I'm going to add liquid glue and we will pop this right. And it's a little bit off center. I didn't quite go center. I didn't want it quite centered. I wanted to have it a little bit off so that it would be a little bit more interesting. It's a clean and simple card. Now, I will say that when you have a bold background like this, you want to keep your sentiment super clean and simple. That's why I chose the Everyday Sentiment set, because I could stamp it on the white piece of paper and just keep it nice and simple. I am going to cut a little diagonal edge right there, and I'm going to pop on a piece of foam tape on the part of the card that is going to, the sentiment is going to hang off of, and I can add liquid glue behind the rest of it so that it stays nice and even on the card, because you know that's super important. So we're going to add that on. So I'm going to get my sentiment nice and lined up. I decided it needed a little bit more sparkle, because if some's good, more's better. So I'm going to add some dewdrops onto the card. I'm going to add a large one right there, a medium one, and another medium one. I'm going to add a small one right below it. And then we're going to add another small one right there. And then at the top, we're going to add a medium and a small to finish off our grouping. All right, so here is our same basic supply category, 2 totally different looks and completely different results. Are you more of a soft, subtle, or a bold color person? Let me know in the comments below. I have all the supplies linked and listed below if you need any, pick those up. I will see you in the next video right over there. Bye guys, stay crafty, love you.